Absianano John Dramani Mahama to just say they said full allowance for political appointees what me a cancel no. There has been so many conversations around this full allowance now John Dramani Mahama became because of media and so people are jubilating, people are rejoicing on the fact to say your president say the appointees full allowance say more musica so more fanto petro if you buying cars or the amount mono there's a web film and then Chirimuaba from Denis Aboagye PM channel 1 TV and nominated action commoner. This man, let's not forget, say he has been a political appointee, why MC, why ranking members, why executive officers to higher office in television. Also, what the pay slip at what example now. No, in his time as a political appointee, there is nothing like full allowance. Bia ni why pay slip also say buying sika bi the count katia who said Jessica we now here full la or their top. Now for the acquire first one government vehicles no mutimi acquire full. Need some latest be a modern government appointees now and no any sika omode kan omaketua ho unlike other allowances now homogeneity. There is nothing like full allowance bia enti John Dramani Mahama nsem na obeka che Ghana for so we cancel that full allowance for political appointees trima a fallacy pepe because bibia ni hosa na bi wa chere say no this man is very brilliant to say obo MPP party ni ma opo mo a omo submissions mu do omo adwene mu do omo kasa otim say asemanko akoyi kan de obia onim politics mu dwene ko atire bi hu say ya akoyi de nokore woman say mu eyidu no Denis Aboagye is one of them. And then what chere ensem ni mu amagana fo nyina nyom ho nte say NDC na da na omode da ye na the bomb so you are running a lean efficient government as a government take cost and also cutting down government expenditure and full allowance a few no trima full allowance be any baby no machire kwan government vehicles and effa so enya full na busia procedures ne kwan mo fa so nya na and there's no way said government never can say wa cancel no because enya dey say possible so be ka kire obi or MC so no amfa ni sika ne salary ketwa no mo de mo na no akra video ba kwa me hu ye obi a former MC bi interview ko grant ya ode ne pay slip e ba on live TV chirema ni sika kra o mo te a DC MC ya na nkofo e ko ho no ya de so sika kra no is less than 5,000 the monthly salary no mu na pressure from community from municipal we ba na e be sponsorship e be no mu inti said Mahama kasa yemfa sa sika na bia oje 5,000 to for official government business and as travels nya de say ebefa enye no kore so that na sa asat now cry e kasa so wetwem they are still allowed to car we appoint to do ka do wa your coupons your nema okwa do wa fast ibebu full egu okay mama de akop bia person de kopia ne enko jinchire mu no de man no we acha wa don comment section as
in this room and told you about how much of a scam this government is. PR setters. I have been in government. I have been a municipal chief executive. I've been a presidential staffer. I have been executive secretary to the Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization. I have operated in government. So you see, when you are given an appointment, like my appointment letter, whether at the time I was MC or at the time I was presidential staffer, your conditions are outlined in your appointment letter. So I'd use mine. I don't remember the exact figures, but let me use mine. It is indicated that you will be entitled to a chauffeur-driven vehicle with 80 or 120 liters of fuel per week. Okay. So it's stated. So everybody has that in their letter. I mean, and when I say everybody,
it's part of the conditions of service.
For those who qualify, not every political appointee has that.
Right.
Not every political appointee has that. But for the political appointees who have that, like I did, it's indicated there. But the NDC, no. There is nobody with that condition stated that actually receives it.
Okay.
Nobody actually is paid that so-called fuel allowance, which is indicated there. In the appointment letter, based on your category, is also housing allowance, where it says that you'll be given an official accommodation. In lieu of that, you'll be paid, let's say, 20% of your salary.
Right.
So if your salary is 10,000 and you are not living in a government accommodation, you'll be given 2,000 cedis in addition to your 10,000. So all these conditions are stated. So I can show you some of the paying slips. You'd realize that on your paying slip, it is captured there. And then when you are being paid, the 2,000 or the 3,000 or the 4,000 of your housing allowance is added. But the fuel allowance is never, ever added to any of these things. So this is what happens. And I want us to separate the issues. They are all not the same. When the government says political appointees, political appointees is not only those who are at the Jubilee House.
Right.
The chief executive officer of GMPC is a political appointee. The minister is a political appointee. There are even technical advisors to the ministers who are political appointees. So the government is saying that all these category of people who qualify for chauffeur-driven vehicles and certain amount of liters of fuel are no longer going to receive it. I am stating it here again that as a matter of fact and record, nobody with that on their paying slip actually receives that. What happens is that for the presidency, they will give you a book. They will give you a book at the presidency. Then you go to the depot to go and draw on that fuel, and then you record it in the book at the presidency. So that's what happens at the Jubilee House.
Right.
And there are depots across the country. So it depends on where they are. And that is why when the president this morning moves from the Jubilee House to go and do some work at Weja, the presidential staffers, the aides, Joyce Bawa Mokhtari and Co who will follow, that's the sort of food, the kind of food they are using to follow the president. That fuel they have in their vehicle, which they've gone to draw on, that's what they will use to follow the president. You understand?
Right.
So if you say you have cancelled Joyce Bawa Mokhtari's fuel allowance, that's why people are saying that you are misleading us. Because Joyce Bawa Mokhtari this morning, as a senior presidential advisor, when the president drives, would have to drive. And there will be fuel in her car. That fuel is not going to be paid for by Joyce Bawa Mokhtari and from her pocket. It is going to be fuel that she's drawn on. And that is the fuel that she's entitled to work. So which one have you cancelled? So that's for the presidency. Now, for the ministers and the state institutions, this morning, Honorable Haruna Idrisu wants to move from the Ministry for Education and go and have a meeting at UPSA with the Vice Chancellor. Honorable Haruna Idrisu has been given a chauffeur-driven vehicle. That chauffeur-driven vehicle that she's going to move from the Ministry of Education to UPSA is going to be fueled by government.
But this is what the government says it is cancelled.
No, you can't cancel it.
How so?
You can't. If you cancel it, it means that when the president moves today from Jubilee House to Weja, Joyce Bawa Mokhtari cannot follow him unless Joyce Bawa Mokhtari decides to buy the fuel with her pocket money. So you can't cancel that. Let's put on record. You cannot cancel that.
Because will she be traveling in her own vehicle or in a vehicle as part of the presidential
That
fleet?
vehicle is what has been given to her as a chauffeur-driven vehicle. Do you understand?
Right.
The chauffeur-driven vehicle is the official vehicle that you are working with. And that is what this morning, when the president moves, you will move with. So this morning, whether we all like it or not, in spite of this sham of a look-alike, like a cost-cutting, Mokhtari Bawa, Joyce, would draw on fuel today.
For official duties.
But the fuel that was given to us, it was not used for tourism purposes. The fuel you say you are canceled, that one is not to go to Safari Valley to go and chill. No. That's why I gave you the scenario that this morning, the Minister for Education would leave Ministry of Education and go to Wisconsin to go and inspect the school and see how they are doing. He's going to draw on fuel. Yesterday I was listening to from the institution, from the Ministry of Education. So when you look at the Ministry of Education budget, they have goods and services, which the Ministry of Finance releases to the ministry. So this is what happens. Maybe Friday or Saturday, the ministry would raise a memo, fuel for the week for the minister. Okay?
Yeah.
That fuel is given to the minister in so many forms, sometimes in the form of fuel coupons and all of that. For those outside the president, the deputy national organizer or the MPP. And I'm like, this is not courage. this is not strength. If you have 10 macho men stamping on one individual, I mean, maybe all of you should step aside and give him 1-to-1. Then we say you're a macho man. But if you have 10 macho men and you come at one person and you beat him up, that is not strength. And it's something that we should all call out and condemn. That's why I'm really sad that it's been how many days? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 6 days. 6 days. And the president is here to make a simple comment on this. Just a simple comment. I mean, just make a simple tweet. Journalists were beaten all over the place. Or forget about the politicians who were beaten. There were a lot of ordinary people. You saw a lady that was being slapped. You saw a lady that was being slapped and molested. She's an ordinary citizen of the community. Some people who were standing by had their eyes swollen and all of that. And you have the president completely, you know, as if he doesn't live in the country. He doesn't know what's going on.
He was out of the country when it happened.
But he's been touring.
The vice has spoken to the matter.
Tweets. You don't need to be in Ghana to get internet to tweet. You don't need to be in Ghana to get internet to make a Facebook post. You know, those things are just courteous things to do to your people. They are very simple things to do to your people. And if the president